You've been lied to. Dieting culture isn't about health. It's about control. If dieting culture was about health, it wouldn't be a $250 billion industry, and you were never meant to win at it. That's how they make all their money. And when you can peel back the layers and understand what's going on, you can take control back in your health. I'm a nutritionist who, for the last 15 years, have helped people reconnect themselves with their bodies and ditch the restrictive food rules, because this is undoing the conditioning that keeps you in self-doubt. If that sounds interesting to you, like and subscribe, because we're just getting started. Dieting culture actually works, then why are we all still dieting? Shouldn't we have found something that was supposed to work for most of us, or something that we could stay on for a long time? Dieting culture should have made it so we are thriving now that we're like 5 or 6 decades in, and instead it's the opposite. Our metabolisms are slower. Bone density is weaker for those who've chronically dieted, and you have major food obsessions and a lower self-worth, and this was by design. Dieting culture isn't broken. This is how it was always supposed to work. This is how they make all their money. And it was never just about food. Obviously, it was about control. Dieting culture doesn't exist in isolation. It is a part of patriarchy. It's a part of capitalism. It is exactly the same system that tells you to eat less is the same one that tells you that your self-worth is linked to productivity, that sleep is lazy, and that's all about hustle culture. Because when you're distracted by your body, when your brain is full of food noise, you get distracted from all wonderful things about life. Absolutely most radical thing that you can possibly do in this moment of chaos is to learn and listen and find the voice inside your body. So how do you undo these years of conditioning? Many of us have been living in dieting culture for our entire lives. We were born into it. Our mothers were born into it. We are many generations away from understanding what our body wants. So step 1, recognize the pattern. Start questioning every food rule. Do you feel guilty when you eat bread? Do you think that low carb is the healthy way of being, but you crave sugar and carbs all the time? Question this. Question the restriction and any of these rules that are hard work to keep. Second, stop outsourcing your authority. This takes time. It takes time to retrust your body. At first, it's going to feel really uncomfortable to say, I'm going to feed you what you want and trust that this is okay. And so it's, at first, you may need some help getting through this step, but eventually your authority is inside you and you don't need to outsource it anywhere. And step 3 is you want to shift your focus from control to trust. You know that feeling like it's hard to be in the same room as a bag of cookies? That is control. Trust is, I trust that I can be in a room with a bag of cookies and it's not going to bother me, or I'm going to have one and be done with it. When your body is in balance, when you're listening to cravings, when you understand what it's looking for, you don't get in these cycles of deprivation that make it difficult to control yourself around a bag of cookies. Those little bits of control that you're doing for yourself mirror in the long world of being under control everywhere. Forget. The absolute most radical thing you can do is reclaim the authority of your body. This is my body and I know how to take care of it. That can take time to get to, but when you do, it's absolutely liberating. And the first step is listen and say, okay, body, what are you trying to tell me?